Tonight we have our producer Rocco Passafuime is going to interview AJ Mattioli, and it should be a very riveting interview.
Thank you very much, Howie, and thank you. We appreciate your time. First, I'd like to ask you is, what made you decide that this was what you wanted to do, that filmmaking was your passion?
I mean, it's not too much of an exciting story. I essentially worked at Blockbuster right after I graduated from high school and started to really love movies in a much more, you know, when you watch movies over and over and over because you work at a place like that,
Yes.
You start to really analyze them and such.
Yeah.
And then I went to college and I really didn't know what I wanted to do, so I did the whole general studies route. And then I took a couple of communications courses and put my hand on a camera, and through that I was like, this is what I'm doing. And then the LGBT element of it came a little bit later when I opened it.
So, talk about, you know, give me like a good cross section of the work you've done so far, particularly your latest film, Awards.
Well, my latest film was definitely a little bit different than some of the things I've done in the past. Most of the stuff I've done in the past has been narrative works, fiction works, dealing with nothing too deep or intellectual, just some fun drag queen movies. One's Lady Peacock, and I have a couple other ones out there. But Words is really, as I was dealing with my coming out as trans, because I identify as a trans man. Once I came out as that, I kind of wanted to learn about what New York City identities kind of are and how people in New York City identify. And I'm lucky enough to have a huge selection of friends that all identify as, I think it would be hard to find myself a friend that identified as cisgender. So I was able to interview them and get to know how their journeys were.
The thing I would also add to that is there is a lot, I mean, as you know, we've had a lot of things come about in regards to the issue. We've had a lot of celebrities come out as transgender. We have, you know, it's really in the focal point of the public consciousness, you know, in terms of, you know, the whole thing about gender and in regards to the wide variety of how you can call yourself and all that. What is it about that conversation that you feel is important, one for all of us to be really aware of?
I think something that the general public doesn't really know is that the gender binary didn't always exist. The idea of male and female didn't always exist, especially on the land that we are having this conversation on. In America, Native Americans never gendered their children. When they grew up, they had 3 different genders, and when they grew up, their child decided there was no male or female clothing. And I think that when people, you know, think this is a new idea, I think that it's just a new idea to them, and they have to, you know, realize that, you know, their education is, you know, all of our education is limited to what, you know, 8 cisgender, you know, probably white heterosexual, you know, men sitting in office think we need to learn about. And sadly, our history, LGBTQ history, isn't part of that curriculum.
There was one element of that had recently gotten attention, which you know, the actor on the Billions was involved with the MTV Movie and TV Awards. The fact that it's like a non-binary actor was involved. How do you feel in terms of this aspect in terms of raising the whole conversation?
I mean, I feel like as we are progressing and
Yes.
as a country and a whole, and we are starting to see things a little less in the binary. If you ask many kids in college today what their gender is, most of them, you know, don't really subscribe to that, especially in New York City.
No, you don't want.
So I would say, I think as far as putting it in the public light is great. I think that it's not, you know, up until a couple of years ago, or even as recent as last year, the word transgender was very much referred to as a person that is changing their sex. Whereas now transgender means anything out of the binary, which is wonderful. So that's anyone that doesn't identify as cisgender. So that means anyone that's agender, that is genderqueer, that is gender fluid, or that does not subscribe to the whole gender binary at all. People, I have friends that refer themselves as it, which is, I think it's amazing. I think that it's whatever you're comfortable with, and I think that the more we put that out there onto the mainstream, and the more we push those boundaries, the more we will become an evolved society.
I think, in terms of the fact that this is your type of film style, what is it about the subject matter that you feel that, why is it important for all of us, outside of the LGBT community, to take a hard look into all these issues and concerns?
I think that it's only going to make us better people. I had a conversation with my sister a few months ago. One of my nephews, I have a inclination that he might be on the LGBTQ spectrum, wherever he falls. And she was concerned that I was teaching him all about these gay heroes and these lesbian heroes. And I said, what's the worst that's going to happen? It's not going to make him gay. It's not going to make him genderqueer. It's just going to make him a more evolved heterosexual. It'll make him a more heterosexual, cisgender, evolved man, and that's not a bad thing. So I think putting it out there is very important, that people start to stop looking at things as a gay movie, a straight movie, a black movie, a white movie. I think that it's important that we start kind of just, watching movies at this point.
What do you feel you've learned personally? I mean, because I know this, I feel like your own experience and your work is kind of maybe intertwined in a lot of ways. How do you feel, like, what have you learned from your experience in terms of what you do?
I would say the biggest thing I've learned is that LGBTQ people, as silly as it sounds, when you're in New York City, you center yourself around a certain type of gay person, if you will, a person of the third New York who comes to New York in order to surpass the common just, going to work, and living in the third New York means doing art and making art. So you tend to be friends with a certain kind of LGBTQ person, a more outward person. And as I started doing movies and casting people from different areas and doing documentaries and going to different locations, I'm really starting to see how our morals and such can really differ the same way. Just because you're part of that LGBT community does not mean that we necessarily have the same views, which I think is important to acknowledge.
What do you hope to achieve in the next couple of years? Do you have any immediate plans, going forward with your work?
Currently, Mattioli Productions, my company, donates a percentage of all of the profits made to the Ali Fournay Homeless Youth Center in Manhattan. And they house, 200 LGBTQ homeless youth a night. So with me kind of promoting my own stuff and me getting my word out there, there's a way for people to donate to the cause and feel like they're also getting something out of it, which means a little bit more knowledge about the community through my eyes and my filmmaking.
Well, I have to say this has been a fantastic experience, and we really thank you for your time, and we really hope, for all the best for you, for the community that you do your films for, and just in hope that things will just only continue to get better as time goes on. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
And I just want to close with this. AJ, this was our first transgender interview, and Rocco, I think, did a great job.
Thank you.
And I think that you're a great representative, and we're very honored to have you on the show. And I think that this interview is going to serve as an inspiration to many. And thank you so much for coming on our show, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.